Hey, what is going on guys? It's Tharshey and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we have an incredible 1 vs 1 siege battle in Total War Attila, and the reason we're actually doing this is because this was a request from a couple of you viewers, a couple of the subscribers. So what they were asking for was basically a Club Levy vs Elite Rome 2 match. But if you guys have been following my channel, if you guys know me at all, you'll know I don't really play Rome 2 or like Rome 2. So, I have 10 hours in Rome 2. So what I decided to do instead is do the exact same scenario, but do the Attila version of it. So the reason I did that is not just because I don't like Rome 2 and stuff, but also because of a couple of the mechanics. So in Rome 2, your battle mechanics and stuff are not as in-depth as Attila. For example, if I have 2 units of Club Levy, and 1 unit of Praetorian Guard, the Praetorian Guard have full gold chevrons. So the Praetorian Guard charges into the 1 unit of Club Levy, and the other unit attacks them from the back. And no matter how much of cycling or whatever I try to do, those Praetorian Guard are basically going to win that fight. They're just too good, okay? But in Attila now, the mechanics are a lot more in-depth. When you flank someone, when you hit someone from the rear, when you do things like that, it actually has a much bigger impact. And in Attila, a very, very cheap unit, right? For example, Persian Brigands or whatever your Gothic warband, they may be a very cheap starter unit, but if used correctly and if given the opportunity, they can still do good damage even against elites like Herculani Seigneurs or Noble Suebi swords, etc. So what I decided to do was I'm doing the Attila version or the Attila comparison of a Club Levy versus Elite match in Rome 2, because obviously Attila is a game I'm much more familiar with and a game I know really well. And again, as I explained, the mechanics in Attila are much deeper and it allows me to actually pull this off and have a fair chance of winning. It's actually 50-50, even though my army costs maybe half or 1/3 of what the enemy army costs. So yeah, if we have a look and we zoom in over here, we can see that I have the Attila versions of Club Levy basically. So I have a whole lot of Gothic warband. As you can see, these guys look really cool. Again, they're they're the cheapest starter infantry for the Ostrogoths, which is the faction I've decided to play. And yeah, they're a very cheap unit. They're only 400 gold, Yeah, I have some Gothic Falksmen, which is basically Gothic warband, but without the shield and with less armor, and instead they have a bit of they have higher attack and damage instead. So I have Gothic Warband and Gothic Falksmen. That is basically my entire army, while my opponent is going to bring, a full army of the most elite Roman troops. So if we have a look, we'll see he has Cornoti Seigneurs, he has Armigeri Defensors, he's got Elite Palantina, he's got some Fidorati Spears, and he's got lots and lots of Herculani Seigneurs. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting match because, this is the cheapest of the cheap against the most elite troops the Roman Empire has to offer. This is basically, and I'm probably going to title the video like this, the Club Levy Attila version, or the Attila version of the Rome 2 Club Levy only army. So yeah, we're going to hit start and we're going to get into this match. And yeah, if you guys enjoy, please do drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And obviously, if you have any suggestions for scenarios you guys want to see, let me know down below in the comment section, because as I said, this scenario, this entire match, was due to viewer suggestions. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay guys, so I've hit play and the match is going to start. Now I'm going to show you guys my defense and kind of explain what my plan is here. So again, I only have Gothic Warband and Gothic Falksmen, I have no skirmishers, no cavalry, none of that stuff. The attacker is also doing the same thing. He's only got melee troops, so he's only got, swords and spears, etc. Obviously, generals are cav, but that's the one exception. He's not bringing any skirmishers, etc. So it's purely a infantry against infantry mashup. And what you're going to see now is instead you're going to have to see the quality of the units and then the tactics and the strategies that are employed. So remember, my army is all the cheapest infantry. It's the Attila Club Levy version, right? Basically, it's a bunch of Gothic Warband and Gothic Falksmen, while the attacker is obviously, you know, bringing some of the most elite troops Rome has to offer. These are Cornoti Seniors. These are some of the strongest spears, well, these are the strongest spears that Western Rome has to offer. These Armageddon Defensors are a bit of a cheaper unit, but still extremely good. These Elite Palatina are basically the best cycle charge infantry the Western Roman Empire has to offer. And unlike most nations that have cycle charge infantry, these guys are armored and they have shields. And then, yeah, he's got some Herculani Senior, some of the best defensive infantry in the game. So, yeah, he's got a whole bunch of really powerful infantry, while I have a whole bunch of cheap stuff. So, my defense here is going to be pretty interesting. Obviously, this is an unfortified town, but we do have this, it's a barbarian town, so we have the center, right? And I'm going to use this to my advantage. As you can see, I have my men, you know, on all the walls, and they arrayed, they all have throwables, they have jabbies, and even if my unit is very cheap and the opponent's an elite, I can still do damage with jabbies. So I got them here. As you can see, I have some troops outside the wall, so this is some Gothic warband, and the reason for this is because if the opponent pushes down here, you know, I can engage them with this warband while these Gothic Falksmen on the wall actually throw into the sides of the opponent. So that's going to be very good. Over here, I'm actually charging some units forwards on warband, and that's because I decided to try and protect the tower a little bit, let it get a couple kills if possible. As you can see, they're just... Oh, and we're also getting our throwables off. So, Gothic warband is throwing. The elite oh no, these are the Cornoti Seniors. They're also throwing. Obviously, they have a much better missile block. Opponent is charging in. But yeah, look at that. 20 kills. So my Gothic warband, you know, a very cheap infantry. They have, well, now they have 35 kills against a Cornoti Seniors, which is a super elite spear infantry. In fact, the attacker, Danilo, he's going to be sending up some more Cornoti Seniors. He's sending up some spears to actually back this up. So yeah, I was able to use my throwables, but able to get a counter charge, and I'm actually doing okay. If we look at this fight, he's down to 68 men, I'm down to 85. We're not doing too bad. Now the rest of my defense is over here. You can see I have a barricade and I have Gothic warband. And you're probably asking, why do I have a barricade? I don't have crossbows, I don't have archers. That's because I'm going to try use the throwables on my infantry, you know, place them on this barricade, you know, get throwables down. And I have a unit protecting the barricade in front. I also have another unit here, ready to hold. And the reason for this is, if you see, you can see I'm moving them up here, is because then I can hold them in this choke point, you know, have the opponent attack me in the choke point while my units up here are throwing. Even if they attack me, this unit will buy me some time while the other units throw. So I'm trying to use my positioning to the biggest ability, you know, to the best of my ability. Okay, my first unit Gothic warband have broken, but they have 90 kills. 90 kills on Gothic warband against, I mean, to be fair, they are just fighting spears at the moment, but still, that's really, really good. I'm charging in my Gothic warband, and I'm cycle charging in some Falksmen. Look at this. Beautiful charge. Falksmen going to pick up a bunch of kills. The tower has broken. I think it's got Palatina, yeah. So Danilo is sending in some elite Palatina to cycle charge. Well, it's not actually cycling them, but yeah. I'm putting out my Falksmen. They have 35 kills. 35 kills. My warband are holding the front line. They're losing men fast, but they still have about 50 kills, which is really good to see. Another charge coming in. There we go. Getting some kills. There we go. Pulling out my Falksmen again. These guys are down 30 men. They have 50 kills. I mean, considering that they're... Oh, look at that. Beautiful throws. Into the back of those spears. Oh, actually, I think was that into the back of the Elite Palatina? I'm not sure, but we managed to get some throws off. They're throwing back, but again, my Gothic warband at least have shields. They do have some missile block chance, so if any unit is going to get thrown at, it's best that it's my warband unit. My Falksmen, on the other hand, obviously have no shields, so they're very, very vulnerable. Here, pulling them back. There we go. We're going to run these warband back. They're down to 70 men. They had nearly 100 kills. And the reason for that is because we're going to try to get them into this kill box that I have set up here. Actually, wait, I'm stopping? No? Okay, I'm pulling them back. Now, over on this side, again, I already told you the plan for this side. And over here, we basically just have a basic defense. So if they try to push, we're going to try hold this line no matter what. Because I want to try and make use of this left flank as much as possible. Again, the opponent can also flank around. He can walk through the narrow, shallow waters. He can come around over this bridge if he wants, but I do have some units here, so if he tries it, we can maybe try and hold him. I have some extra units on the back, but for now, he's just going to attack from this one side. Okay, I'm moving. Yeah, there we go. So now I'm moving my Gothic Warband forward. The reason I'm doing this is I'm going to turn on Fire at Will. I'm going to try to get them to throw their throwables. Get some kills with throwables. There we go. Not the most. Only 9 kills. Going to pull them back behind the other units. And these guys are going to pick up a couple kills there. There we go. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, look at this beauty. Look at this beautiful angle. Straight into the back of that unit. This is doing so much of damage, guys. Look at this. We have the unit on the front and the unit on the barricades throwing. And now I'm going to charge them. Beautiful. That was the whole point of doing this. Now, if we have a look, look at this unit. This Falxman unit has 34 kills, throwing into the back of these Conoti Seniors and of the Elite Palantina. This Gothic Warband unit has another 37 kills. That's like 60 kills just from throwables. We have Herculanes coming in, throwing their little darts though. Oh yeah, they got about 20 kills. Obviously, and now they're charging in. Get a bit of a counter charge going. Okay, I'm putting the unit that's out of ammo back. I'm putting a new unit of Falxman on this. We're going to try to get their throws out. Throwing it at the Herculanes. Not the best angle, as you can see. Bit of friendly fire into my own men. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have the best angle. I'm probably going to stop shooting now. Yeah, I've got 1 kill only, and I probably killed like a lot more of my own men there. But it's okay. Over here, cycle charging again. Look at this. Gothic Falxmen trying to do as much damage as they can while the Gothic Warband hold. Unfortunately, this Warband unit does have ammo, which is annoying, but there's nothing I can really do about that at the moment. The rest of my defense is still sitting. We're just waiting. We have a lot of spare troops in the back. Falxmen, 67 kills. They're down 15 men, going in for another charge. Oof. A lot of the Falxmen dying though. Even though my Falxmen have the charge bonus, as they're charging in, they're still dying because these spears obviously are going to be able to... They have expert charge defense, so they're going to be able to do a pretty good job. Oh, hold up, we're breaking the spears. Sending up some Herculanes Seniors instead to take over the fight. Gothic Warband still holding. They're down to under 50 men. They're starting to waver, but they have nearly 90 kills. That's very, very good for us, considering how cheap a unit they are. We have this unit up here, yeah. I told them to stop throwing because they used up half their ammo and got 1 kill. The rest of the ammo was used to kill friendlies. We are moving up some reinforcements, some more Gothic Warband coming up to reinforce this choke point over here. Because right now, we're holding them really well at this choke point. Oh, there we go. So we threw the remaining Javies. From 1 kill, we got 28 kills. Moving up another unit of Falxmen. And the reason for this is we're trying to use up the throwables on the Falxmen so we can then use them upwards to cycle charge. Look at that. Yes, throw those Javies. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right into the heads of these Romans. They're blocking some of the Javies with their spears. I mean with their shields, sorry. But yeah, we're still getting a decent amount of damage. This unit, oh my god. This unit, only from throwing, they got 100 kills. That is beautiful. This unit is also going to get a bunch. Let's see, get another volley off. Yes. Oh no. Return fire coming from the Elite Palantina, throwing their darts. But we've broken this unit of Herculanes Seniors. This unit is also out of ammo, but they're at 40 kills. That is not bad. 40 kills just from using throwables, guys. And this is how I'm going to win this. I'm going to use my throwables, I'm going to do damage, I'm going to cycle charge afterwards, I'm going to do more damage. And we're going to slowly bleed the Romans. I mean, look at this already. So many Romans have died just for this one choke point. My Gothic Warband are in combat here. They have 22 kills only, but it's okay. I'm going to send my depleted unit in. I'm probably, yeah, there we go. Moving some Falxmen around. These guys are out of ammo, so I'm going to start using them to cycle charge in and out, in and out. This unit's breaking. Getting another unit on here, on the barricade. Try and use my throwables. Oh no. Herculani's counter-throwing actually. They got about 20 kills in that throw. Not bad at all. Getting around. There we go. Oh. Yep, so they're getting some good throwables off at me as well. They got 40 kills just using throwables. But again, they got 40 kills using throwables. I got 30 kills using throwables. But I'm killing his elites. Remember that. Any kill I get 1-to-1 is worth it because his units cost 2 times the amount. With the chevrons added on, maybe even 3 times the amount. Oh god, more elite Palantina. Okay, there are this. He's got elite Palantina, lots of elite Palantina over here. We're moving up a depleted. Yeah, Gothic Warband units out of ammo. We're moving them up to take over the front line. And now we're going to pull out the Falksmen. We're going to pull out the Falksmen and let them cycle charge instead. Over here, they have finally broken through the barricade. Warband unit with ammo is caught in melee. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to charge the other Warband unit over, take over the front line, and then pull these guys out so they can use their ammo. I've left a gap here, but that's just because I haven't seen the attacker. I haven't seen Western Rome push up here. He's got a couple of units of Armageri Defensors ready to push, but he hasn't pushed yet. For now, he seems to be trying to break this, and he's fighting the battle the way I want him to fight the battle, so I don't mind. Oh my god, I saw that. The student just threw half its volley. Probably got some good kills. And we have no choice but to tank it. Tank it with the Warband, which can at least block some of it. Falksman charging in. These guys had 100 kills. Let's see what they get after the charge. 105, 106, 107, 110. Picked up about 10 kills on the charge. We can pull them out and cycle them in again. Over on this side, yep, same thing I'm doing. I've got the Gothic Warband in the front line, and then I've got the Gothic Falksman cycle charging in and out, in and out, in and out. Now over here, okay, so I saw he had his units here. I'm moving these 2 Warband forward because I wanted to try use my throwables on them. But yeah, it was a waste of time because as you can see, these guys are all in shield walls, so they have like, what, plus 25 missile block on top of their normal missile block chance, so most of my throwables aren't going to do the most damage. But still, I'm trying to use up, as you probably noticed, I'm trying to use up throwables on every unit before I commit them to melee. I want them to get as much damage done with their throwables, you know, before I send them into melee, so they die fighting, you know, in melee combat. Getting a couple throws off. We're getting some damage here. Nearly 20 kills just from throwing. Actually, I probably should continue throwing here. 20 kills is not too bad. Okay, no, I'm pulling back. Yeah, I'm putting these units back to hold this area again. Again, I think this is a bit of a mistake by the attacker not pushing in here. I mean, I guess I know why he doesn't want to push in here while he's still fighting this, especially since I can start cycling units onto this wall and throwing, but I do think he should have pushed over there. Over this front line, okay. My Gothic Warband is breaking. They're down to under 60 men, but look at that. They have 200 kills. This Gothic Warband unit, this cheap unit, has killed an entire unit and then some of the opponent's elites, which is really good to see. Also, Gothic Falksman unit charging in here. 27 men left, now under 25 men, under 20 men left in this unit, 150 kills on them, trying to do some last minute damage before they break. Falksman fighting in prolonged melee, not good, but I think, yeah, right now I'm out of Warband. I'm moving this unit forward. They do still have ammo, but I guess I'm going to have to throw them in because I have no choice. Got some Warband here. Probably trying to get throws off. No, I don't think I'm going to throw them. Probably going to have to counter charge. Yep, counter charge. Okay, so we got a counter charge off there. They're going to start fighting. Right now they have no kills even though they're losing people. Sending up the Falksman to support them. Over on this side I pulled out the Falksman unit. And instead we pushed up this Warband unit again. This is a unit with ammo. But unfortunately we don't really have a choice. We're running low on other troops. Even yeah, Warband unit with full ammo. There you go, these guys are going for a charge. There we go. Not bad at all. Actually, that charge went kind of deep into their lines. That's not good though, because now if I try to pull out, If I try to pull this unit out, it's gonna lose a lot of men because of how deep that charge went. Oh, the Gothic Warband. I think they're trying to get throws off. I saw them with spears. Yeah, there we go, there we go. How many kills did they get? They're 20, 21, 22. Oh yeah, they're throwing on the side over here. So the Gothic Warband is using up their ammo. I think that is why I'm leaving my Felksman in prolonged melee. I'm letting them just hold back the opponent. This thin line of Felksmen while the Warband throw, while they use up all their ammo. They're up to 30 kills, and every kill counts, guys. Remember that. Every single kill counts. Over on this side, this Warband is breaking. They've only got 60 kills, and they're going to break soon. And I think, yeah, we're out of reserves. Instead, we're going to be holding the final stand. We're going to hold... you know, the keep. I'm retreating these units. I'm moving them back. Moving them back inside because, yeah, we're gonna have to hold this. We don't really have anything more to send on the outer defenses. We look at the player count. So we both started with, oh wow. We started with the exact same number of men. 6,320 against 6,320. And right now we have more men. Yeah, we have 4,600 basically against 4,500. So we are winning in terms of man count. Felksman broke. Ended with 118 kills. Warband fighting. They're up to 60 kills, mostly from using their throwables. And... okay, these troops now are coming within range of this wall. Am I gonna throw? Yep. 26 kills with that first volley. But I think now the Romans are going to start using formations. They're trying to throw back, but yeah, no, that's not a good angle. Oh, that was a brutal volley. Brutal volley from this Felksman. Up to 60 kills just from throwables. Yeah, that was good to see. These guys should have been in Testudo. If they went Testudo, they would have barely lost anything in comparison. Over on this side, yeah, so they broke it through. Look at the death and destruction. Look at all these bodies. Oh my god, look at this guy. Look at this poor man. Oh my god. He just gave... no! He's still fighting. Yes. Come. Don't give up. Look at this lad. Oh. Nope. Now he died. Well, that was the end of him. But as I was saying, look at this field of bodies. Just... whole lot. You can see the bare chest from my Felksman and from my Gothic Warband, and then you can just see all the gold armor and, you know, the Roman shields. So yeah, Rome has finally pushed through, but it's cost them a lot of bodies. Look at this barricade. It's covered. It's covered in dead bodies, both Roman and Ostrogothic. But yeah, we've pulled back now. We're retreating all remaining troops to our final stand. I have oh yeah, okay. So I had Felksman up here. They tried to throw. They only got 8 kills. And the reason is this. The Romans are going into Testudo now. You know? Testudo is, well... Testudo is perfect for countering range. And while they're in Testudo, if we try to throw, we're just not going to get much damage done. So it's just not going to be worth throwing. And now that we're going... I'm going to fast forward because this is a bit of a waiting period. Go to ×2. You know, let's go to ×4 speed. ×4 speed while we wait. Yeah, the Roman is moving up all his troops, as you can see, setting up. I moved over this unit of Warband. I moved this unit up here. And I think this is so I can try to get some throws. Oh wait, I should throw at these guys. I don't think they're in formation. Yeah, they're not in formation. Ooh, I don't think I realized though. I should have been throwing at these guys. I know they're only spears, but hey. If I throw into them, I'll at least get a decent amount of damage while they're not in formation. At the moment, yeah. So yeah, at the moment, nothing is going on, really. I did throw a little bit for this unit. Again, half its ammo for 5 kills, not worth it at all. My general is outside, and I think it's because I was thinking of running around to try and execute the Roman general. If I could do that, that would be very good for me. The attackers, were they throwing? I think they each threw half a volley, but I don't think they did much. Because they are throwing, you know, trying to throw up here onto these walls. Units on the walls. They're protected by the wall. They're protected by the cover at the front. And, oh, okay, there we go. I think, okay, let's go normal speed. Things are about to start here. So, what is happening is I decided to pull back and leave a gap in here. And the reason for this is because I want to be able to cycle charge 2 units at a time into the backs of the opponent. And this is an awkward position for them to charge in, as you can see. You know, they're charging in there, they're charging in here. My unit is throwing, and they could throw even into the back there, which is great. And look at this. Feltzman charging in. Charging into this front line. Look at the amount of Herculani Seniors dying. This unit's down to 140. Down 30 men now. This unit here is at 20 kills. And yeah, right now that's what we're doing. We're gonna cycle charge units on both sides. I turn-fired Wool on for this warband. They're trying to get some throws in. They don't have the best angle, but they have a bit of an angle. So we'll see. So yeah, now the Roman is trying to breach over here. I pushed up these units here, 15 kills on each. They used up half their ammo, and that's because, yeah, so I threw at one of their units. So what I was trying to do was to get their gen, right? And he ran his gen away. He pushed a unit forward to try and stop me. I ran away. I threw into the back of the unit, so he took some losses. So yeah, just little micro moves happening over at over on the side. The main fight though is on this side. This massive fight in the middle. This is gonna be where the Romans push in, the full might of the Roman war machine, and we try to hold with everything we have. Which right now is a warband unit that is wavering and a Falxman. I do have more Falxman, guys. I do have a lot of units sitting in the back, and that's because I'm trying to use up their ammo. I want to use up all my throwables before I set my units into melee combat. Also, another reason for this is because, right, the plan was as well is if they charge like this, which is kind of what they have to do, I can charge in, break a unit. If I break the unit quickly, I can then send one unit to block this off, hold back any reinforcements, while my other unit charges the back here and just wipes a unit out. If I get a rear charge, again, as I said, in Rome 2 it wouldn't do as much, but in Attila, if I got a rear charge with this unit right now, I would probably slaughter the entirety of the rest of this Herculani Senior unit. So we're trying to do everything we can tactically to try and get an advantage because, again, they have quality. We do not have the quality to fight them. More Herculani Seniors, Elite Palantina pushing in. There we go. Gothic Warband. They had 41 kills. They're a very small depleted unit. Getting a charge into the side of this Herculanis. They're up to 43. Come on, can they get more? 45. 46. Not the best damage, but again, it's a small depleted unit. Oh my god, and yeah, I'm trying to hold. I need more warband. I don't think I have enough warband. I have some there, but again, all this warband has ammo, which is probably why I'm not using them. I should still do that, because right now I have Falxman fighting in prolonged melee instead of cycle charging. Same thing is happening over here. We have 2 depleted units trying to hold these guys back. These guys up to 60 kills. Yeah, but they broke. I do have a full warband unit over here that's in a loose formation or long formation. I'm probably going to try run them through. Armigeri defensors coming in, as you can see by that brilliant bowl. And their yin-yang shields. Moving another unit up. Come on. Come on, throw. You guys have a brilliant throw into the size of this unit. Oh, I don't think I noticed it. I don't think I noticed. Yeah, I think I'm too busy ordering these guys around. Ordered them around, trying to get a charge. I should have run them through fully, but yeah, at this point I'm kind of desperate. As you can see, these guys are breaking and... Ooh, Rome's got a throw. So yeah, the plan here was to make a containment, right? This side and this side, and charge in, charge in, charge in, charge in. Unfortunately, I'm actually running low on units over here, and they're pushing in a lot of units. So I'm actually unable to properly contain this. Same thing for here, and now they're pushing through. Look at that. Oh my god, Armigeri defense, charging my unit on the wall. I'm going to try to push back here, there we go. Trying to push back my Falxman. Trying to stop this bleeding. Got a decent throw off there. Now we're charging in. And we're going to be able to slaughter this. This unit's going to fall pretty quickly. These guys are up to 40 kills. Got a nice charge on the side of this unit. This other unit's still holding. Again, they are dying really quickly because they did get charged in the back. Yeah, look at this. They're already wavering. Send up some more warband. And hopefully that's... Yep, there we go. That's going to allow me to pull back the Falksman. Pull back the Falksman and get another charge in. But now more reinforcements are coming in. The Roman is playing smart, but honestly, he should send like 4 more units up. And the reason for that is because he has me kind of in a desperate situation here, because I don't have enough troops to stop him pushing through. I am bleeding troops at the front line right now, and I don't have enough to hold him. And he needs to take advantage of that. Look, depleted Falksman holding here. I think he's trying to push through, which is going to cost him a lot. Up to 150 kills. Got another unit of Falksman pushing up to hold. We're just trying to slow him down while we get reinforcements up here. I don't know. I should honestly just move. Honestly, I should move all of this up. I know I want to use the throwables, but right now I kind of don't have a choice, and I should move them up anyway. This unit here is up to 120 kills. Trying to send some units, depleted units, I think, yeah. Trying to send them up here so I can get some rear charges on these guys. Because right now all that's holding them back is the Falksman units. And what am I doing here? Interesting. Oh, General coming up. General coming up to provide morale. Just my General being near is going to give all these units more morale, which is what I'm trying to do. Oh, there we go. Look at this. Look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful. These guys, oh no. And this is beautiful by them. So what I did here was I sent a unit in to stop them, and then I rear charged with these 3 depleted units into the back of these guys. Except the Roman player saw that, and he rear charged. He outflanked my flank. He outflanked my flank with his own Herculani Senors. Yeah, sent up another fresh unit to hold. This is just crazy. I'm trying to stop the bleeding as quickly as I can. We're staring at each other here, okay? Please turn on fire at will. I hope I do. This is such a good throw I could get going. There we go. Getting some damage done. Charging these Falksmen into combat. Oh my god, look at that. 50, 60 kills. Beautiful, beautiful charge. Charge those Falksmen in, let them throw. They're up to 75 kills already. That's a lot of damage. These warband only up to 24 kills. I'm pulling my gen back a little bit, and that's because I just don't have enough. Yeah, I've got all these units sitting here. I'm not sure, I don't know why. I have 2 depleted warband as well sitting here. I've got a bunch of Falksmen. Yeah, I need to just move all these guys up because this front line is looking desperate. Look at this. I got warband in the back here trying to throw. They don't have a good angle though, unfortunately. They're probably going to do more friendly fire than anything else. Yeah, they're throwing and they're killing more of my own men. Yeah, look at that. Honestly, mostly friendly fire. How many kills did these guys get? 40 kills? I mean, you know what? That's probably still something. Oh, I'm moving a unit up onto the wall, and that's because I'm going to try and get them on the wall and then turn them back around into the back of these units. Lots and lots of Herculani Senors though, and Coronati Senors, or is this Elite Valentina? No, this is Coronati Senors, they are pushing up. What's happening on this side? Oh, okay, this is not good. So we have Falksman holding the line here, no warband at the moment. The opponent is doing the same thing. He's moved up Foederati spears onto the wall to try and run them around. But I noticed that, and I think I'm going to turn on fire at will here, let them get a throw into the backs of these men. That's going to be brilliant, actually. Not exactly into the back. Still, we got about 15 kills. Yeah, I'm just going to have to charge them in. They got a rear charge on me. This is going to probably break this unit. There we go. Now we're getting it. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Into the back of this unit. We got a lot of kills. How many kills do we have here? Yeah, we got 40 kills, so that's not too bad. Now we're going to charge them in. So yeah, we're holding Yale with very few units right now. Oh no, actually, I think I'm pulling back. I'm reforming, actually. I'm reforming because this is kind of broke through. Over here, we're still holding. I have my units turned around. I think I'm trying to get them to throw. They're just not throwing, though, unfortunately, at the moment. Oh. There you go. Getting some throws in. 20 kills, 25 kills. Am I gonna get another volley off? There we go. Oh my god, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful damage. That's 50 kills from a warband unit, guys. 50 kills from a cheap unit just by using my throwables on these guys. Managing to do a lot of damage to these Herculani Senors. All my units have full gold chevrons, but that only increases their morale a little bit and their melee attack and melee defense, just to keep them in the fight a bit longer. The attackers also have a lot of chevrons, as you can see. I think all his Elite Palatina have full gold chevrons. All his Herculani Senors have like silver chevrons, maybe some gold chevrons. So yeah, he's got very good units as well. What am I doing in the back here? Okay, so I'm not doing anything in the back at the moment. I just have a unit watching this in case they try to flank, but I should be, honestly, I should send everything else up, here. Same thing over here. I have one unit over here holding the barricade, I have a unit over here. I should send everything else up, because this is worrisome over here. Units are wavering, we're trying to stop the flow of your troops coming in. And right now over here, we can't actually stop anything. He can move his army in here without complaint on this right side. I have a unit of Warband, a unit of Falksmen. Actually, wait, I have 2 units of Falksmen, I think. No. We have 2 Warband and 1 Falksman holding here. Trying to stop this, trying to push them back. Have my general nearby for extra morale. Over on this side, and it's going to get a bit laggy because of all the dead bodies over here. Got Falksman holding, got some Warband as well. I mean, I'm still trying to do some stuff, like I'm still trying to move my units, try to get good positions to throw, to charge. But yeah, no, it's becoming more and more of a marsh pit than anything else. Oh my god, they're throwing at my Falksman. Oh, they're getting a charge actually. He's charging some Herculani Senors through. 150 men. They're up to 50 kills. My unit on the wall is fully dead. If I could get another unit on the wall, I could maybe retry this flank, because I could throw into the back of all these Elite Palentina, all these Herculani Senors. But yeah, I'm setting up reinforcements desperately. I've got like 2 units holding them back, got 2 more units. And if we look at the balance of power, it's about even. I'm actually lower than the opponents. I have 1,700 men, they have 1,800. So they are winning. They do have more men than I do. So yeah, they are trading pretty decently at the moment. On this right flank, we're all fighting by this one tree. Oh my god, look at these men. They're just losing their heads. Gothic Falksmen trying to hold against all this Elite Palentina. Elite Palentina showing them, you know, why they're called Elite Palentina. Oh my god, look at this. Cognosi Senors running through a gap here. I have a depleted unit trying to stop them. Yeah, right now we're not charging, we're just trying to use throwables. We're trying to get kills with throwables. Throwables are going to do more damage than anything else. I think that's the unit on the barricades. Nope. Okay, now, yeah. We're moving all the spare units over. We're trying to stop them. Over on the outside, I tried to get a flank with this warband unit, guys. I did try to get a flank. They're up to 40 kills. They're defending against some Cornoti Senors and some Armageri Defensors. So we're trying to do some damage here, but the opponent did see it, so we weren't able to, you know, get that done by surprise. His cavalry is moving around probably to rear charge my units over there and break them. Yeah, over here we have Falksmen over here. They're throwing throwables at the moment. We've got these warband. They've charged into combat with the Herculani Senors. I'm moving up another unit of Gothic Falksmen. I think I'm going to try to throw or charge. I'm not sure. I'm assuming I want to throw because right now I'm not charging them. Or am I busy doing other stuff? Oh, I'm moving these guys. Yep, okay, so what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to encircle everything. Oh my god, I saw that. Throw coming in. There we go, getting our own throw. Oh, yes. That was a lot of damage, actually. Falksman up to 40 kills. And there's a rear charge from the general. Oh, that is going to be the end of this unit. Down to 40 men. Yep, he's going to wave and he's going to break. That general charge ending any hope I had of flanking over there. On this side, we're still holding. One unit of warband holding. A depleted Falksman unit and my own Royal Sionis. I do have another Gothic warband. I need to... Why am I not pushing? Yeah, there's no enemies. I need to push these guys up right now. Because my general is going to be in combat soon otherwise. All that's holding them back is 1 warband and 2 depleted Falxman units. The opponent's actually trying to put a foot push through over here with these spears. He's trying to get to my gen. Yeah, I'm going to pull them back over here. He actually has got a couple units that were capping my victory point apparently. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. Yes. Look at this flank. Oh, this is going to win me the battle right here. Look at this. 43 kills. 47. Basically 50 kills on these Herculani senors. 50 kills, and now these guys are getting into melee. And now, yep, the Herculanis are breaking. The other Herculanis are also... Oh, those are Elite Palatina, they're breaking. So we've managed to clean up this area. We've actually pushed the unit forward. We're holding back all the reinforcements. So they're trying to push up their Armageddon defensors. We're holding them back with our Gothic Falxmen. They do have cav though, which is going to be dangerous. We're sending up more troops. Yeah, so we're sending up reinforcements to hold this front line. We do not want to let them through. We need to stop them over here. And then I'm sending over another unit to get them in the back. Elite Palatina is countercharging me, trying to hold. But again, this is a very depleted unit. They're down to... Actually, they still have nearly 90 men. So they're pretty healthy. But then again, I've also... This is 160 men. I mean, they're dropping a lot quicker, you know? Yeah, they're dropping really fast in comparison, but... I'm going to try cut through these Elite Palatina, try to recharge these guys. My general is being activated. He's going to start cycle charging in and out through my own men. All we have holding them back is the unit of Gothic Warband. And his units are all wavering. Elite Palatina with full gold chevron starting to waver. Is it army losses actually? Let's see. Are they getting army loss? Morale? Nope, no army losses yet. So it's just because of their morale from being outflanked and being attacked and losing a lot of men. I'm actually moving. Yeah, I'm moving my gen around, and that's because this gen here can do a lot of damage. He's not getting any good charges, thankfully, because he's charging into his own men. But if he does get a good charge, he could destroy these men really quickly. So I'm going to set my own gen around to stop that. We have Gothic Warband here holding with their shields. Gothic Falxmen trying to hold as well. If we kill the gen, that would be very good for us. Yeah, the Elite Palatina units. They only lost 50 men, and they killed the entirety of my units. But now we're charging the Royal Sionis, charging my general into combat. Look at that. There we go. We're going to break those Palatina. He's charging his spears back. But yeah, now he's trying to stop the gen, and now we're going to get a rear charge. Rear charge with this warband. And these guys are going to get a lot of kills. Yep, they're nearly at 200 kills actually. And these guys are starting to waver. They're going to break soon. I'm putting my gen out. I'm going to go for another charge. Yeah, I'm going to go for another charge. And the spears are broken. They haven't shattered, but I doubt they're going to return. They're both... Oh, there, one shattered. The other one is breaking. These swords are fighting to the death. There we go. They shattered as well. And now we just have to deal with the remainder of the troops. So if we look at balance of power, it is now squarely in my favor. It's actually a very close match. They have 60 men left. We have 280 only. Oh, there we go. Everything else broke. But we're going to end the replay. Have a look at the stats. That was a very, very close match. Again, as I said, this was basically the Attila version of Club Levy spam in Rome 2. You know, so I only use Gothic Warband, as you can see, from my army, plus Gothic Falxmen. The opponent, he had a bunch of Herculanis, Elite Palatina, Cornorti, some Foderati, some Armageddon defensors as well. If we have a look at my kills, all my Falxmen did pretty good. 250, 200, 120, 160, 300, 100, 180, 75, 250, 250. Some good kills over there. My Warband, all of them getting much lower kills. Again, they were there to soak up more damage, hold the line while the Falxmen did more of the damage. So mostly around 100 kills on average for them. But yeah, I don't think this would have been winnable if this was all Club Levy in Rome 2 and this was all Praetorian Guard. Because in Rome 2, I just don't think 2 units of my Falxmen, for example, or the Club Levy in that case, you know, would be able to kill off a unit of Praetorian Guard. I think the Praetorian Guard would cut through the unit that was fighting them head on, turn around, and kill the unit that had charged them in the back without any problem. While in Attila, being outflanked, and being hit in the rear like that is going to cause your unit to lose the fight, regardless of how good they are. Because being charged in the back is still going to make you lose, 20, 30 men on the charge, and then, your unit is split back to back trying to fight off the opponent as they're cut down. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please do drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.